Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick little video right here because I didn't see anything on YouTube on this, and I don't know the names of everything either, so please forgive. Anyway, we have my two axles. This is my old axle. This came out of an 88 Nissan, and this is gonna be my new axle. This came out of an 86 Nissan. They're the same length, they're the same everything, except this one's thicker, and it has this. Now, I've seen people cut the axles, and I don't know why they're cutting the axle in order to get this on, because so it's like, I don't know why people are cutting the axles off. This is my parts truck, and this is where the original axle came off of. And all I had to do was take off the one nut, which I believe was a 27 millimeter. I took some claws, and this just comes right off. So this is what I needed. Now I'm gonna go put it onto my my blue truck. Okay, so we're at our blue truck, and this is kind of a hard bolt. So what I did was I put the ratchet there. I made sure it was nice and even, and then I just kept doing this until it started to turn. And see, now it's loose. So now okay, got the bolt off, and there we go. Now, it's kind of like pressed in, but it's not really, I wouldn't really call that pressed in. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up my tool. Okay, so I only have a 2-point claw. This is not what I would recommend. I would recommend like a 3, or if you got a 4-point claw, to get a 4-point claw, but this is all I had, and it worked fine on taking the other one off. Now it's still, yeah, it's still really tight, but you know what? It's a 17. It's a 17 millimeter. And now that we got a 17 millimeter socket, okay, so now that we got a 17 millimeter socket, this is going to be a little bit easier. And all you do is you just take your special tool and you keep going until it comes off. And there we go. It's off. Okay, and the new one, well, the other one, it fits perfectly on. We're gonna take the bolt, try to get some of the dirt out of it, because dirt and threads, it's kind of a bad mix. Okay. I'm gonna put the bolt on. And then we're going to tighten this down. You want it as tight as you can get it. And my thing is, as long as it's still turning, when it comes to these big bolts, as long as it's still turning, it ain't tight enough. Oh no, let's do a little bit more. Oh, don't break the phone. Don't break the phone. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now let's put the axle on. You're gonna start by putting the end that goes into the transmission in first. See, it pops right in. Fits like a glove. And look at that. Fits perfectly. Okay, so all that's left is you tighten down these bolts in the back. Tighten down both sides. And then come up here to the center bearing. You're going to tighten down these two bolts. This one's cracked. I know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that later, but for right now, I need to get the truck in so I can prove that the headlight works. But we're going to tighten these bolts down all the way using the tool, of course, not by hand. If it was by hand, it wouldn't be good enough. All right, so let's see how well it does. Okay, and it worked like a champ. No problems at all. And when it comes to tools, you may have to buy some special tools, that's for sure. I used a couple different tool sets, but for this 88 Nissan D21, it's the original 88 Nissan D21 axle. I replaced it with an 86 Nissan D21 extended cab, which I wasn't sure was going to fit at the moment. And honestly, I did it all essentially with these tools, some others right here. And that's the pile of tools you're going to need. But other than that, it was a real easy job. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.